Just letting you know.
Supa Dave, slicing through the haze, from the depths of drama to brighter days. YouTube stage, where he throws a shade, no filter, just truth grenades. He's got an A rising from the wreckage. He's reborn with 600 millions. His fan base sworn, and award-winning story told in the circus of commentaries. Supa Dave, jester of truths. In a world of lies, he's got the proof. In a world of clowns, he wears the crown, climbing high in his digital sky. MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry. MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry. Recovering addict, but he's no saint. Extending a hand with no restraint. Artistic pride with a smirk so bold. Favorite shadow legends while his stories are told. From the jaws of addiction he emerged, from under the bridge, making other men splurge, making other men splurge. Supa Dave, jester of truths. In a world of lies, he's got the proof. In a world of clowns, he wears the crown, climbing high in his digital sky. MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry. MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry. The legend of Supa Dave shall never die. The legend of Supa Dave shall never die. Light is out for Supa Dave, he's our guy. He's our guy. Cause MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry.
Hey, everybody. It's me, your long lost digital homie. My name is Supa Dave, and let's see if my sound effect works. I've been having nothing but problems this morning. Let's check. Nope, of course it didn't work. And I'm supposed to be in the jury room right now, guys. Believe it or not. Uh Leslie was supposed to go live. I don't know if I missed an email or something along the lines, but something happened and I was all set to go. Believe it or not, me being extremely early as always, it's like you can always count on Dave to be extremely early or not to show up at all. And as you guys can see, lots of improvements with the camera work here on the studio. I'm very proud of that. Also updated the microphones, as I said in a video I did last week with my brother. And I just wanted to hop on here because I got the studio all lit up. Studio is all lit up, so I figured why not come on here and say hi. I'm not sure if Leslie's just running late, so maybe I'll just fill the time up until she gets here. I'm not really sure what's going on with everything. Let's see who's in the chat here. They said she still has it up. Okay, okay, that's good to see that she still has it up. I'm happy to see that. Let me just switch my cameras around here. Um, it's a little bit easier for me to read on this screen over here. But you guys see, I got my kitty with me, my big fat cat, just chilling with me in the studio. It's my emotional support cat. As you could tell, we both like eating our feelings. But I see we got Marla's here, Sharon, Mother of Birds. Ed is in the chat. Good to see you, Ed. Bearded Fisherman. All right, all right, all right. That's the buddy Mike. Living the country life with Thomas Collins. Thomas, how are you doing? It's always a pleasure when you are in my chat. Mother of Birds and Rin are here. Linda Tank Girl. I saw Ray Bone Crusher. Sharon Freeman is here. So many awesome people. John is here. You know what they say, early birds catch the worm. And I am definitely trying to be an early bird. And I believe, the jury room, I was very excited because I watched the jury room last week. And, it was a culmination of so many amazing people that are involved in this Hales debacle. And everybody is just not afraid to say their piece anymore, and that is empowering, and I'm definitely not afraid to say my piece. And there was a couple of things I really wanted to address today, guys. More specifically, the stuff with Jeremy has been making accusations in his live streams about me, without saying me. He's either saying it's me or Dave Helm. And um I guess I haven't watched the man's content because literally talk about something that just makes your blood pressure skyrocket. And there is not enough lisinopril in this world to handle how that man raises my blood pressure. But I guess on Saturday, um, Jeremy said, I'm bullying him. I'm bullying a 50-year-old. You guys think I'm a bully? If you guys think I'm a bully, put a 1 in chat, please. I want this. I just wanna make sure I'm being gaslit here because I don't think I'm a bully. But if you guys think I'm a bully, please put a 1 in chat. Put a 2 if you think I'm anything but a bully. And then we're gonna go down this whole bully path for a couple minutes if you guys don't mind. So 1 in chats if you think I'm a bully, 2 if you think I am not a bully. I'm curious, guys. I'm genuinely. Rin says, "Oh my god, how are you bullying him?" Two Lee says, "LMAO." Uh, I see twos coming in for sure. I'm being gaslit. Okay, I like seeing that. I really like seeing that. Lots of twos coming in. Good stuff, guys. Rin says, "I am not a bully." Ed says, "No way." Marla says, "I'm a sweetheart." So those are pretty cool things. That makes me happy. More twos coming in. Mother of Bird said 0, which means I'm neither not a bully or I am. I either am or am not. She's not saying either, which is fair. That's absolutely fair. Even Thomas Collins says definitely not. But this reminds me, guys. Do you guys remember? Uh, if you guys watched that guy's content, and I used to watch a lot of that man's content, not that long ago, he had a woman in her 80s. I believe she was in her 80s or late 70s. Her name was Mary DeGroot. And Mary DeGroot was a town clerk. And Jeremy had her arrested for, I believe it was assault. Don't quote me on that. But I believe he had her arrested for touching his elbow. He said, "That's a no-no. Most definitely, if you're a work for the city or the village or the town, it is not a good look to touch somebody." And she guided him out of the office, and Jeremy had her arrested. He made a whole big ordeal out of it. Made a whole big ordeal. Uh, I think it was a series of videos that went on for weeks. culminating first with the touching, then all the comments came in that said, "You should do something about this." Then there are a couple videos down the line, he called the police. Even the cop said, "What do you want me to do about this?" And he said, "I wanna press charges." And the cop looked Jeremy in his eyes and said, "You think she should go to jail?" And Jeremy said, "Yes, I do. I think she should go to jail." And then the fallout from all that was so many fans left Jeremy's side for that. Said, "How Jeremy, you are picking on an old woman. You are picking on an old woman." He trapped her in a room. Yeah. Um, and Marley Hughes says the DA laughed him out of the room. And I heard all the charges were dropped, so that is an amazing thing. But this was an ongoing saga that is still posted to YouTube to this day. And Jeremy caught so much crap. I mean, so much crap because he did this to an old woman. And what was Jeremy's defense? What was Jeremy's defense? Being a female doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Rules are rules. Laws are laws. And he said it with no remorse. And he felt vindicated. He felt like he was in the right to have this elderly woman arrested. And I need to let it be known that it is factual information that all this publicity from the arrest and being featured in this man's videos and all the bombardment of hate Mrs. DeGroot got, she then went on to have a stroke brought on by stress and so much. I'm sure health had a lot to do with it. But it stems from stress from these videos and being put through the meat grinder that is this content creator's videos. And Jeremy felt fully in the right. And he looked at his audience straight in the eyes and said, "Age doesn't matter. Being a female doesn't matter." But on Sunday, because he wants to play victim, he looks in the camera, and I believe he said something along the lines is, "Me, being 37 years old, I'm bullying an old man." I'd like it to be said for the record, I do not feel that I have bullied you, Jeremy. But if you do feel bullied, I apologize. But here's what I'm going to say to you, Jeremy. Age doesn't matter when you are a public figure. You are putting videos out into the public. You are a public figure. People talk about public figures. You are an entertainer. I talk about your entertainment. Now, if you want to call me a bully, I would like to say, how am I a bully to you, sir? I've always referred to you in somewhat of a respectful manner by calling you sir, Mr. Hales, a creator. I've been calling you by your titles or not at all. I've barely called you the germ, barely call you germ, unless if it's if you catch me in a really weird mood sometimes. If you catch me in one of those moods, sort of. But I am nowhere near bullying you, nowhere near anything. The worst I've done is I've hired an artist to draw a picture of you in satire, which you copyright struck and said was yours. Furthermore, how many people talk about the likes of the Rolling Stones, Gene Simmons? How many people talk about Donald Trump? These are all elderly men, but they are also in the public light. So, Jeremy, I'm going to look you in the eyes and first apologize to you. If you felt that I have bullied you, I apologize. I don't mean to bully anybody, but I do have a First Amendment freedom of speech, and I would like to cover you as a YouTuber. And that is my right, just as Megan Fox and Tug and the Shizzy Wuzzballs and the Jay What's Habits and all of them they have their right to make their videos and their quirky thumbnails and all the stuff that they do. I am allowed to have my views, and they don't have to align with yours. I remember there was a time that Jeremy was going through this whole it almost seemed like he was trying to adopt to being a public figure, get used to it. And somebody must have put this little nugget of gold in his brain that said, "It's their right to make it, but it's my right not to watch it." Jeremy, what happened to that? What happened to it's your right to make it and it's my right not to watch it? Why did you go from not watching any of the content about you to absorbing every millisecond of content about you? Everything that's made about me, I don't watch it. I don't watch it. I've learned that since my first year in content creation when Huggy Bear used to make videos trashing me. I just learned not to watch it. You can't be hurt by what you don't hear. And because Huggy Bear's voice was so little, just as my voice is so little in your world, Jeremy, you wouldn't hear nothing of it. Just what happened to it is your right not to listen to it. I see so many contradictions in this man. From it's okay for him to pick on an old man or old lady, but if he thinks I'm picking it's a whole different thing for me. It's a talking point when it's me. How many other contradictions and lies have been pointed out? The man goes on a tirade about how there's no plea deals. When we were the ones who pointed out that, "Hey, man, you don't know the laws, and you're the one who's saying this stuff." He said it in, like, 3 videos. Lisa's been pointing it out for the past 2 nights, but there's more videos where he kept calling it a plea deal, plea bargain, and now he's just about facing it, and it's like, people are, of course, gonna wake up to this. I hope they wake up to this. I had to address this whole bullying thing, just like I had to address the whole situation of the, emails. The man made a whole community post about how I emailed him from an email address that's I've never seen, heard, or anything, and he put it to me. When people did the research and found out it's a guy that lives in the UK, not Supa Dave. But it just goes to show the man is telling stories. He is having it all done his way. It's his way or the highway, always. And that goes with Megan and Tug and all of them. Let's see what some people in the chat are saying. I'm genuinely curious what people in the chat are saying. I think I have the chat. Do I have my chat page queued up here? No, it's not working. Oh no. uh what is the chat talking about? Hold on, let's go to the hard cam. Chat is saying, I wish I had it bigger. I gotta make that screen again. I see two leaves in a pot is in chat. Thomas Collins says, Dave, it's okay for Jeremy Hales to bully people, but when he gets a little taste of it, he don't like it. Then that's it in a nutshell, right there, Thomas. That's exactly it. He gets it's the free speech for me, but not for thee. Plea deal, Lisa says. Terry Silverstone says, "You never bullied him. His skin is thinner than rice paper. The definition of a snowflake." You know, and I used to be very sensitive, and that reminds me so much, guys, of what Leslie was talking about this in the chat room. Is like we can't assume to know people's feelings and their emotions, and we shouldn't assume that everybody can take a joke. So that is why I apologize to Jeremy today. Jeremy, if you feel I've bullied you, I truly do apologize. It is not my intention. I don't mean to bully you. I don't want to bully you, but I want to cover a public figure honestly. And I have to say it in my words. I will be more careful, I guess. If you still think that's bullying, I assure you it's not. So I will keep that in mind in the future, Jeremy. But you are a public figure, and I have every right to call you an asshole. You know, that's my right. DRD says problem is Jeremy thinks his followers are dumb, so he says anything and they believe him. But they okay. Sorry. So that's the whole situation of it is, you gotta figure this all out. Um, oh, sorry, I just got thrown off my brother. He just came in. Um, what else do we got here? He says, "His skin is as thin as pond scum." That's a good one. That's a good one there. What else do we got here, guys? I wanted to talk to you guys about artificial intelligence today. And I see Lisa is up extremely early. I guess Lisa, you were gonna go on the jury room as well. I hope Leslie is okay. Rena says, "Don't apologize for his bitchness. He can bully, but you can't bully back or say anything back. It's BS." And I agree, but like Leslie said, I don't know what's going on in his mind, and I think back to that guy Etika on YouTube. There was a YouTube content creator named Etika, and he was really big in the gamer scene of YouTube, and he really got it bad, bullied and mocked and everything. He really got it bad, and he killed himself. And I never want to be a creator that is known for doing something like that. I would never want to be the person who caused another to do something wrong like that. And I keep thinking, is that what it's going to come down to for this creator to stop? Is it going to take one of Jeremy's quote unquote targets to do something to themselves, self harm, for them to realize, hey, what you're doing is taking things too far. You are sicking your fan base on others, and it is causing them irreparable harm mentally, and it could be physically. John Cook says, Dave, 1 year today without a cocktail. I don't want to hear the hodunk saying that I'm walking around the property drunk. Yeah, I agree. John, I know with sobriety how hard it is. I'm dealing with some stuff right now with some close people in my life dealing with relapse, and it's not a good look. I know how the struggle is, and I congratulate you, John. Every day that you stayed sober is a day earned. Addiction's a disease, and I don't mean to get emotional, but people think just stop drinking or just stop using. It's never that simple, guys. It is never that simple as just stop. Just stop. 1 second, guys. I just have to take care of give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. I had to just take care of stuff. You guys, it's still, I still got business I got to take care of. And uh, I apologize for that. Normally, that's the first time I ever had to stop a stream just to take care of some business. I apologize. So much stuff going on in my life. I see Peter Fisherman in chat says drinking or using drugs is just a symptom of the disease. Don't pick up the first drink, you're not going to get drunk. Don't pick up the first drug, you're not going to get drugged. I agree. I agree. But, you know, Leslie is now live, guys. I guess I'm going to hop over there. I was just going to